Horrible. So we are back on camera. This is Paul Michael Davis with the Ben Miller Band. We got Doug, Scott, and Ben, and I'm Paul. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you, Paul.
Alright, so yeah, okay. Let's go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Alright, what made you guys want to get into music and playing instruments and the singing?
I really don't know what, like, if there's anything that makes you want to do it. It just seems like a natural thing to do. Humans have been doing it since we were cavemen, and I just think it's a normal thing to do at this point in my life.
I had a band director. My junior high band director, for sure.
Is that what gave
Benny
you a push
Davis was his name. DeSoto Junior High.
Mm-hmm.
Is that junior high? Yeah.
What did he do?
Yeah.
Well, we started in like 5th and 6th grade, and I learned, and my parents did everything they could. They bought me a really nice trombone, and I got private lessons, so they gave me every advantage I could have.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time I made it to junior high, I had this phenomenal band director who just had this great love and passion. And you see those cheesy movies about like the kids who aren't doing well and they're in the ghetto, and the teacher comes and like builds them up and like takes the time and like outside of school to like make their lives better. That was Benny Davis, except we weren't in the ghetto. Like we were in really like uptown, like really nice city of DeSoto, Texas. But like seriously, like we'd go and like toilet paper his house, and he would find out about it, and he'd come out and like hose everybody down and then feed them cookies, and like it wasn't just like come to class and then after you left class like it was over. Like
so
he was there.
Do you still talk to him today?
He probably has no idea who I am. He's a junior high band director. Like he gets new students every year, and the music program in Texas, all of them are so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sure like half of his kids end up being like jazz phenoms or whatever. And when I made it to high school, I moved here to Joplin, Missouri.
Okay. So you graduated from Joplin.
Yeah, I moved here my sophomore year.
Okay.
And when I moved here, like they had me teaching band. Like the band program in Texas was so advanced when I moved here, and so because of that, I stopped like really focusing on like school music and got into bands. I was in a ska band and got into some punk bands and learned drums and everything. So.
Now, Scott, what about you? When did you? I guess, well, not when, but I mean, if there was somebody that who pushed you into it?
Oh, I was born into a family where my older brother and sister were playing guitar and bass, and they put me on drums and said, "Do that."
We need a drummer. It's a good thing. Good thing we had a baby brother.
I like your stage shirt there, brother. I'm kind of jealous of that stage shirt you got there.
The what?
Pretty
Dude, it's a Oriental. Joplin Oriental band.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
All right, so your family, you say, like you were born into it, regardless, no matter what you wanted. Because there was an open spot to be filled in the band.
Kind of like that, yeah.
That's sweet.
And then it started paying, so I was hooked.
All right, so.
But now I actually like playing music.
Okay, so wait, so you met at a
open mic nights that I was running open mic nights.
Like one certain place or multiple places?
Multiple places. I'd do like 2 open mic nights a week, and then on the weekends I'd have shows where I'd open up for the blues bands around the area, and because I was doing like a solo thing where I'd play percussion with my feet and guitar, and they'd hire me on weekends, and I'd work a couple nights a week
Really?
open mic nights, and I was making ends meet that way, and so I was like, all right, this is great, I'm gonna just keep on doing it. And these guys came out to the open mic nights, and one thing led to another. It never.
I mean, was it like? I mean, I am not trying to sound like fruity or anything, but was it like a courtship? I mean, did you guys come up and say, "Hey," I mean, like, or was it just like automatically?
I just had a blast. Like, I had a good time doing it, and
it just kind of seemed like the right thing to do.
And like we met in the O show at this little open mic night, and then I was like, dude, you need to move to Joplin. Like, I need a room. I think my roommate was not paying rent or something, and
Right,
so
yeah.
like we moved in together, and then like he just started getting gigs, and every time he would get a new gig, I would ask off for another day from work that I was working at, and then at some point, like I was only working one morning shift a week. And I would show up late because we had a gig the night before and we'd get super drunk. And so eventually, like, they were just like... But we were gigging, like, 5 nights a week, and Scott was doing weekends.
Right, yeah.
And then at some point, like, we were like, man, we need...
Let's just do it full
We
time.
need you, like, it sounds so much better with that bottom end, like, filling out. And so at some point, like, we were gigging so much, like, he could finally... And I think... We made it when he quit his job.
Yeah.
It's like
So how does that feel? I mean, again, not trying to sound fruity or anything, but I mean, to know that you're the missing link.
Oh,
Well, I mean,
well,
like, in a sense.
I don't know. I was just saying it feels good to be able to quit your day job. I've been pretty happy ever since I did that.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So what about your family, your wife?
What about her?
Yeah, I mean, how does she feel about it?
She supports what I do. Yeah.
So
But it's tough, you know, like now because your morning job, you show up to work 9 to 5. At 5 o'clock, you turn off and you go home and you do whatever you want when you're home. This is a 24/7, 365 job. Like we're on the clock all the time, but it's really awesome. Like I love it. Like I don't mind doing it.
So have you guys? I mean, and this, these are kind of off the wall questions, I'm sure. But I mean, have you guys had to like, or do you, or I'm not sure how it goes, but I mean, do you develop different personas or different alter egos? I mean, like your stage
Personas?
Yeah.
No, not really.
So
Like-
I mean, I think when I see people doing that, I'm like, dude, you're acting weird. You know, I know you, and you don't usually do that. You're acting really weird. But I think there's a difference between that and like Mick Jagger put it really well when someone was like asking him, "Is this a show? Is this an act that you're doing when you get up there and you start strutting around and being Mick Jagger?" He's like, "Well, it's no more of a show or pretend than someone dancing.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to a club, you're gonna dance and have, you know, you're gonna get down. It doesn't mean you're faking. It just means that's what you do when you're in a club.
Yeah, I get that. It's cool.
Yeah, and that makes complete sense to me. It's just like I'm, you know, more outgoing and gregarious when I'm on stage, but that's just what I do when I'm on stage. You know, it's normal. It's not. One's not the real me.
It's your job. It's what you. Yeah.
And it's really me. It's just that's what I do. I dance when I'm in a club, and I play music when I'm on stage.
So ask Scott, man, what his wife thought, how she felt about this. What do you guys as girlfriends think about this?
It's totally cool. Yeah, down with it. Every time we leave on tour, it's bittersweet. The past 2 years, I've been in Europe for my girlfriend's birthday, and every time she's like, "That sucks really bad, but I completely understand, and I know that you need to go to Europe." So this next year, we're gonna be home for my girlfriend's birthday.
What about you, Ben?
My girlfriend hasn't found out I played music yet.
Kick rocks, dude. Come on, man.
She thinks he works at Waffle House.
Yeah,
Long hours, man.
yeah, it's crazy hours. No, she's cool with it. I mean, she met me when I was already a musician, so she kind of knows that it's just like this life. It's
Well, it sounds to me like you guys. I mean, your whole life, you've been musicians.
I didn't play music at all till I was like 18, really.
Really?
Yeah. My brother was a really good musician, and so he was like. I sort of did art, like painted and drew, and I didn't really see myself as a musician at all. I mean, I don't really see myself as much of a musician right now, but
Yeah.
like, you know, it's just
It's like creativity. I mean,
yeah, just creativity, outlets of doing stuff. Just feels normal.
Now, I'm ending kind of like on this, but Alright, you threw the spoons.
Yes.
Man, you just killed it. I mean, like I told you guys earlier, I mean, I heard of you, but I had no idea about what you did. Man, you guys smashed it. I mean, so, okay, tell me the feeling, the thoughts going on in your head when you're hitting those spoons.
The thoughts going through my head.
I mean, well, not the thoughts, but I mean, like the emotions. I mean, I don't know how to put it. I mean,
It's,
just the feeling, the vibe.
It's basically like to lock in the tempo and just like dancing between the downbeats and make sure it's locked in, you know, and then there's a groove there, and then every now and then I try to remember that there's people watching, and I try and look out and connect with them, and then when it just goes crazy, then
You just lose all.
yeah, you just go out there, man.
It's like,
Yeah.
all right, Scott. Now drums, drums with your teeth. Drums with your teeth.
Oh, it's kind of a private thing.
Viewers don't even know about that? Or can you tell us?
You already sold yourself out now. Everybody knows.
You got to. So what are like the emotions that you go through when you're playing? What do they personify?
I get a little lost in the music, you know, and the groove and all that. You know, I have to play with my eyes closed pretty much to play that washed up bass, because it just takes a lot of concentration to hit those notes and stuff.
It's so deep. I mean, it's kind of, it's really cool.
Yeah, I enjoy doing it. It's really different.
So how did you perfect that?
I just started playing it, you know, just started working on it.
It just came together.
Yeah. At first it was kind of experimental, you know, it was just tried it and really started to like it.
Cool. Thanks, man. Hey, Ben, okay, what about you? Now, everything you do, I mean, it's obviously not a knock at all on the other guys, because it's all one band, one unit, but the focus is on you because the Ben Miller band.
I don't know. I think the focus like shifts around. You know,
whoever's taking the spotlight of the stage.
a bit, yeah, I sort of see it like that, and I kind of see myself as trying to guide the audience through that, because I know what we're doing, and I know what parts are, you know, what they're going to want to look at, you know. So I'll try to like through playing and through body language or whatever, you know, just try to guide them through that experience of what we do.
Cool, guys. Thank you for letting me come and do this one more time. I know you guys are probably wore out, or probably ready to get off the bus or do something besides sit here.
I think we're gonna hotwire this RV.
It's a nice RV.
Yeah, man. We'll take it.
Cut it. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate you.
All right, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Ben. This is Paul Michael Davis. This is MCTV. This is 2014 Roots. Now, so you're gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Ben Miller Band. Paul Davis. We're out.